We are having egusi soup today. Who is happy? Hey! Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, and in today's recipe, I'm going to be sharing with you this delicious pot of egusi soup. So tasty and yummy. So let's quickly rush into the preparation of this soup. Here is pepper, blended salt, crayfish, some meat, shaki, bullion seasoning, palm oil, and egusi already blended, some goat meat without skin, stockfish or okporoko. You can use head of okporoko, then dry fish, mangala. Then this is ugu. The ugu, I'm going to wash it before cutting it, and some uziza leaf. So all that will be washed with salt and cut. Okay. So now in this pot, I just added the goat meat, like I said, is without the skin, and some stockfish. You can use the head stockfish, okay, okporoko. And then I just added the shake and some bullion seasoning. Then some pepper. This is three scotch bonnet pepper. It's very hot. Then I added the beef. So I'll go ahead to mix it all properly so that the pepper, the ingredient, the spices, everything will be well incorporated into the meat. So after the mixing, I will cover it and leave it to cook in its own juice. So as you can see, the quantity of water that or juice from the beef that came out of it, so it's okay. Now I just added some onions, blended onions. This is optional. If you don't like adding onions to your soup, you can do away with that. So after mixing it all together, I will go ahead and cover it so that the onions will be able to penetrate well into the meat. Now here it is. I'm checking on it again. So after mixing it, I added some water. This water will help it to cook well. Okay, and I just added some salt. Now remember, from the beginning I didn't add any salt, so I just added the salt. I will cover and allow it to cook, and now it is ready. Okay, so I'm going to take it out of that pot. So here in this egusi bowl, I'm going to be adding some beef stock and some onions. So I'll mix it up well together. I'll mix it properly, not so liquid, so that you will be able to make out some form or balls with it, or mold it into a ball. So in this pot, I just added some palm oil and I will allow it to heat a little, then add some onions. The onions is optional, please. If you don't like adding onions, that is okay. Then I added the blended pepper. So I added some shombo into it, some bell pepper and scotch bonnet pepper. So that is what I just added now. So I will cover and allow it to cook. because I want it to dry up a little bit. Okay, I will cover and allow it to cook. Then here it is, the liquid has reduced to how I want it. So then I will go ahead and make a form or mold the egusi into this form. Okay, you can do it more better. Molding it with your hands is okay. So I will cover and allow it to keep cooking just for about 8 minutes. Then I will go back and check on it, and with a very low heat, please. So I'll give it a little push. Okay, move it a bit. Yeah, even though at that, this egusi will still scatter. It's not going to be in that ball form, but at least you will see it lumpy. So I covered and allow it to cook, and now here it is, mixing it all together again. So it is time for me to add some water. So I'll be adding the beef stock, and I will mix it in well. Then I will go ahead and add dawa-dawa. You can use iru, okay, locust beans. All right, so I just added some crayfish. Then I'll stir it in together, mix, mix, mix properly. So I'll go ahead and cover it to cook. Then it has been cooking for about 7 minutes, and I will open it and check. I will give it a good mix. Can you see that the egusi have changed in form? And then this is the time I will add the mangala. It is already washed. I soaked it with hot water and salt. So I washed it properly just to avoid sand and dirty. Okay. So mix, mix, mix very well. And I'll be adding some water. So this egusi soup is good for you to control how you add your water. If you want it more liquid form, it's okay. Or if you want it thick, so you don't have any specific quantity of water to add to it. So now I just added some more crayfish because the one I added earlier wasn't sufficient. So I'll give it a quick mix, and then I will cover it and allow it to cook. And here it is bubbling, bubbling, bubbling. So this is time for me to add my uziza. This uziza gave it another level. It smells so good. This vegetable helps your food to taste good, especially in egusi soup. It tastes so well, and the smell, the aroma in this kitchen smells so good. I feel like just going ahead to start eating it this way without finishing the cooking. So I just mix it together and then add some water. So remember, there are so many methods on how you can prepare egusi soup. Okay, and I have a video down the description box where you will find other way to cook egusi soup. So I covered and allow it to cook for a while, and now I'm checking on it again. So this process, I'm trying to make sure that the egusi is very well cooked. So now it is time for me to add cooked beef. Okay, the meat I cooked earlier with the stockfish and the shake, the triper. So I'm adding everything together. I will go ahead and mix it. And remember, in the introduction of the ingredients, I showed you guys some ugu leaf. So the ugu, I washed it before cutting it, and I used salt and to wash it very well before cutting it. So now I'm adding it, and I added also some water, okay, because the egusi was so thick. So I have to add some water. I'm controlling the quantity of water I add to it until I get the consistency I want in this egusi soup. All right. Okay. So let's continue. So I'm adding more water, like I said. All right. So now I'm going to test it to see if the salt or ingredient is enough. Yeah, so I just added some more salt because the one I added earlier wasn't enough. So I'll mix, 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 mix. So what do you think you will be pairing with this egusi soup? Drop the comments below. Do you prefer swallow? Swallow as in pounded yam, amala, oatmeal, or gari eba? Tell me, drop what you're going to use to pair with this egusi soup, what you think that will work well for you with this egusi soup. So now the egusi is ready. The egusi soup is ready. It smells so good and tastes so delicious. So I just covered it and went ahead to make my eba, because it's gari that I'm going to use. That is the swallow I will use to enjoy this egusi soup. Can you see how nice it is looking? Yeah. So I'm dishing out the egusi soup in the bowl. Hmm. Who is ready to enjoy this food with me? If you're ready, just whisper to my ear. Whisper, whisper, whisper. Don't shout or don't say it loud so that other people will not hear you. Okay, yes. So it is ready. Here it is, my friends. But please, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like, and also share my video, please. Subscribe. Thank you. So here is the eba gari. It is ready. Ready, ready, ready. So I'm going to use it to enjoy this soup. Eh? I will enjoy this soup with this with this eba, sorry. I'm going to enjoy it with this. You can use amala, like I said earlier. You can use akpu, fufu. You can use pounded yam, oatmeal, all right, and even rice to enjoy it with. Thank you so much for watching my channel, and see you in my next one. Bye bye.